Hey, it's Tauri, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going back to the absolutely incredible Shakespearean bard of REN. He just dropped a brand new single 4 days ago called Suicide. Now, I'm going to put a trigger warning because this obviously is about dealing with that subject and the repercussions of it and the feelings from it, and I don't know whether it's from REN having personal thoughts or attempts at doing that, or whether he's lost somebody to it. We will find out during the song. I'm trying not to say the word too much because I don't want YouTube to flag me. But yeah, without further ado, let's just dive right in and check this song out together.
Falling through the cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely beneath this. Narcissistic, can't keep a secret. Miscount sheep, I can't sleep, a misfit. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. Bruises my brother, one time or the other. My skin felt counterfeit, silicone rubber. Bruises my sister, skin pop the blister. Dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you. Falling through the cracks of the night sky.
I think it's interesting how he's decided to go with like a super upbeat backing track on such a with such serious lyrics, if that makes sense. And I'm really digging the art style in this video also, and just, you know, to him talking about walking on the tracks and it just, it's not the right time, it's not, you know. I can't personally relate to people having thoughts of that, because I have been so deep in my depression where I haven't seen the light, and I felt extremely lonely, and I've gone into myself, but it's never gotten to the point of wanting to unalive myself, I'm going to say. And I know some of you are going to make fun of me for saying that, but I have to say that for YouTube. And it's not because I don't know what the S word is. I just don't want YouTube flagging my video. So it's, and I've been very lucky. I haven't ever lost anybody to it, either anybody close, any family members or any close friends. I've known one person who did take her life, but we weren't close. Of course, it's extremely saddening and it's extremely unfortunate and horrific that she felt the need that was her only way out. But I've never really been truly affected by it, if that makes sense. So I'm very lucky in that, and so I just want you guys to know that going forward in this video, that you guys know where I stand with this, and that I personally haven't had those thoughts or personally haven't been affected by it, but I do know those who have, just so you guys know.
Sister, skin pop the blister, dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you. Falling through the cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Sick boy, bitten by a tech boy. I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. I'm so so fucking washed up and seasick. Masochistic kid with a split lip. 6 feet deep, I can't eat, I'm nervous. Won't stay down cause my body purges. Useless my mother, can't keep in my supper. Skin so pale cause my cheeks leak colour. Truth is my father, you choose your karma. Draw for the sword, then drive through the armour. Oh I, oh I, oh I, falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Oh I, oh I, oh I, treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
I just want to speak on, there was lyrics before that second verse of, I don't feel like I'm the sick one, the world is sick. And you know, I feel that. I feel the world has gotten so very toxic within itself of having social media and living in a digital world where everything is so it's just there and it's in front of us, and there's like no escape unless you take a break away from social media and take a break from your TV screen or your computer or whatever. And it's just, you know, of course all of these things were always happening in the world. We as human beings are a horrible race. We are. And we take everything for granted and we ruin it. And, you know, but people never really saw it every single day because they didn't have that technology to be able to see it every day. Like, I still find it, like, I want to, like, bop along to the beat that's going on, but then listening to the lyrics, it's like, I feel bad doing so.
Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. 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 It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside a trunk, inside a pickup truck, then dumped the whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as well. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Sega, Justin, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. The distance is my plaster cast. The truth is that the day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find that anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, cause I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I could find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd. Fuck.
Oh gosh. So normally I would like have a cut here just while I get myself situated, but I don't want that disconnect, so I'm not going to. Oh goodness. So it's about Ren losing a friend to suicide and being late to him doing the act, and not being able to pull him over the bridge and not being able to save him and not being able to be there for him in that moment of complete and utter despair, and that then locking up Ren's emotions and childhood and all that trauma into a box, and as he says, throwing it in a trunk and then putting it in the boot of the car. Because I mean, you're always thinking of what ifs, and I'm sure with situations like this, like, you know, what if Ren was earlier? What if Ren was on time? Would it have changed in anything? And then the part of them not being able to find the body, to be able to have, you know, to be put at rest and be put at peace, is utterly heart-wrenching. Like, it makes me think of families who have been victims to one of their family members being murdered or taken away from them in some kind of way, and missing, and there's no closure. And it's, as soon as he started that poem part at the end, I just had complete utter body goosebumps. Like, I know somebody whose husband did it in front of her. He shot himself in front of her. And this happened before. Like, she's a good friend of my husband's. Like, they went to high school together and they're still great friends now. And I think he was like her high school sweetheart or something like that. And he was a doctor. He was just so very kind and welcoming, and he ended up getting himself in so much debt because he wouldn't have people pay him. Like, if you know the American healthcare service, you know how it works. I'm not going to go into detail with that. But he got himself so in debt, and I don't know the full story, of course. I only know bits and pieces that I've been told from my husband. And he couldn't find a way out, and so he took his own life while sitting in front of her. And she, in a complete and utter shock, touched the gun. So then there's all those repercussions that come with that. And it's taking her, I mean, Robin and I, my husband and I, have been together. We'll have been married 11 years in August, and it is taking her, and this happened way before I got with Robin, and it's taken her all this time up until maybe like a year or two ago, where she swore that she would never marry anybody, she would never move on, she would never find that closure. And then somebody came into her life to help with that, and now they're married and they seem happy. But there's always that little thing, that little nagging thing in the back of her head that's always going to be, what if this, what if that? And I am so on the fence with suicide and with the act of it, because, like, I understand people getting to that moment and just feeling empty and not feeling that anybody cares or anybody wants to listen, or that they've tried reaching out and they're just not reaching out to the right people. They think they're reaching out to the right people, but they're not. And it's going unnoticed, and there's so much despair and just so much anger and hurt in their brains, and their brains are telling them that they're not worthy and they're not enough, and that the only thing that will ever help is for them not to be here anymore. And it's not true. It's not true. It's not. And they don't ever think of the repercussions of what comes after, especially if they've got close family, close friends, people that truly do care for them and want to be there for them. And sometimes people just don't even reach out because they feel like that is a burden also, you know. And it's hard. It's extremely hard to reach out. But if you're thinking of it, but you're like, nah, I don't want to be a burden on this person. I don't want to cause them. I don't want to put my stuff on them. Don't think like that. I know it's easy for me to say, but please reach out. Please ask for help. Even if it's just help me. I need help. Because that after ripple, it's like a tidal wave. It's like a tsunami coming through and just destroying everybody else's life that you know and love. And it's not worth it. You know, you've got to think, if you've got a wife or a husband or kids, you know what that trauma does to them? It may fix that issue for you because you're no longer here anymore, but then you're putting that also on them, and they may end up doing the same thing because they can't handle it. And it's like a domino effect. And like I believe in assisted suicide. How many times have I said that word now? I'm just like hoping my video doesn't get taken down or anything, but like I believe in that. I believe in the act of, if you're of sound of mind and you're sick and you know the next month or so you're just not going to be able to function the way you are, and you're just going to go down that, you know, that hole of like dementia patients or cancer patients or things like that, where you just know you're going to not be able to function 100%, and you can sign off and say at a certain point, maybe like a month, like every month you get a health checkup and a mental health checkup to see that you are still a sound of mind, and you can say, if I ever get to this point, please euthanize me. You know, we euthanize our pets because it's cruel if we don't. Why can't we do that with people? So I get, and I fully back that. But when it's somebody doing it because they don't see any other way out, there's just so many repercussions with that. Whereas with assisted, you can sit down with your family at least like a month beforehand and discuss with them like your plans, and make plans to say goodbye, and to have your own funeral service, you know, and have people celebrate your life that way. It's a difficult subject, and it's a difficult area to talk about because, again, I thankfully have never struggled with those kinds of thoughts. I don't really know what it's like, so it's easy for me to sit here and for me to preach at you to not do something or to reach out. But just know that you're not alone, ever. You're never alone. You are loved. You are needed. Just even if it's just the smallest thing that somebody reaches out and says, hey, how are you? How are you doing today? You know, take that and run with it. And yeah, I'm going to stop ranting now. This REN is just an absolutely insane artist. He truly knows how to get his feelings across in such a beautiful, cathartic way. And I'm so glad that I had the channel and you guys to discover him by, because if it wasn't for you, I would not ever have known about him. I know a few of you have asked for REN with chinchilla, so that with chalk outlines, that's going to be coming soon. This year has been crazy for travel, and it's just now settling down a little bit, so I'm going to try and catch up with that and get that out soon. But yeah, please don't ever feel like you're ever alone, because you're not. You're loved. I love you. And if you ever need to reach out to me, Instagram or Discord's probably honestly the easiest way. My Discord is always in the description for you to join. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to become a Taurian. Speaking of becoming a Taurian, all of my social media links and my Discord link are down in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you come join and hang out with us in the Discord community. And I will see you guys in the next video. Rock on.